Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cunning Card Mage channel. Today we are going to be doing a return to form of, my favorite series that I really like doing of the Commander Breakdown. And if y'all, as usual, if y'all want to leave any suggestions of cards to add, any other commanders I should look at, decks I should do, leave a comment down below, and we shall get into it. Today we are going to be talking about the pre-con of Cloud Strife, the Limit Break pre-con. Now, if you did see my Las Vegas MagicCon video, which I will have linked up in this corner, I did get this deck while I was there for way over MSRP because it was the deck I really wanted to get of all the Final Fantasy decks. Kicking myself a little bit now that they're available for a lot cheaper because that tends to be how it happens. But it is a very fun deck that is very Voltron heavy. This is also the deck that I got the signed land from Meat Canyon, but that's not as important. The commander of this deck is Cloud, ex-soldier. He costs 2 colorless, a red, green, and a white. That color combination is that. Actually, that. I don't remember them all off the top of my head. He has haste, and whenever Cloud enters, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to him. Whenever he attacks, you draw a card for each equipped attacking a creature. And then if he has power 7 or greater, you create 2 treasure tokens. The other commander for this deck is Tifa, Martial Artist, a 1 colorless green, red, and white. 4/4 with melee. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1 until end of turn for each opponent you attack this combat. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with power 7 or greater deal combat damage to a player, untap all and you have a additional combat phase after this. Those are the 2 major cards in this entire deck. The other card I really love in this deck is the Sephiroth Fallen Hero card, which is 3 colorless, and Boros, which is red-white. He is a 7/5 with the ability called Genova Cells. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may put a cell counter on target creature until end of turn. Each modified creature you control has base power and toughness 7/5. Then you also have Reunion, which is you pay 3 colorless, sacrifice a modified creature, return him to the great battlefield from the graveyard tapped. Now, I love this deck. It's a really fun deck. There is one major crime that it does have, and that crime is the fact that this deck based on Final Fantasy VII and Cloud Strife, does not have his titular card, his titular sword, his equipment in the deck. I realize I've been wanting to upgrade this deck for a hot minute, at the very least, since I pulled the Buster Sword. But it's just really funny to me that there's just that one card you should have put into the deck, but you didn't. Technically speaking, it is in there. It's just not called the Buster Sword with the Hero Sword, I believe it is called, in this deck, but I do not know off the top of my head. Besides that, there are definitely a few cards I am planning to add to it because I do want to upgrade and tinker around with it a little bit. The first and foremost of those is going to be Bruno Battlehammer, which is 2 colorless, and Boros, because he gives your creatures that have equipment +2/+0 for each equipment to it, and the first equip ability you activate each turn can cost 0. That's not a bad one for a equipment deck, to say the least. And then all these other ones are Final Fantasy cards, which with one of them being Furion, 2 colorless and a red. I have the Squall Lionheart from the bonus sheet, which is the Danitha Capuchin Paragon, because that's also helpful. Going to be adding the Genji Glove, Beatrix Loyal General, Tifa's Limit Break, Weapons Vendor, Adalbert Steiner, Tifa Lockhart, and a Lightning Army of 1. All of these cards that I'm going to be adding are going to be down in the link below in my Mox field, where I will link the deck to show all the cards I've finagled around to make this deck work a little bit better. On top of that, I will also be linking the resource I was using of which cards to change around with the EDH Rex. So if you do have this deck, which I highly recommend getting because it's a very fun deck to do, most of the games I've played with it have won. If you want to change cards around and upgrade if you can, I will happily link this down below. That being said, this is a incredibly fun deck. It is a Voltron deck to an extent of you just pile on multiple kinds of equipment onto Cloud, make him very beefy. It is, I mean, technically speaking, it doesn't have to be a Voltron deck. It's just more often than not, I play it as a Voltron deck. But whenever I play like Sephiroth, I definitely don't want it to be as Voltron heavy because just being able to make multiple things, these modified creatures, also makes life a lot easier and more difficult for my opponents. That being said, that is basically about all I feel need to cover with this deck. If, as mentioned earlier, if y'all want to let me know of any cards I should add that aren't mentioned on the EDH Rex, let me know down in the comments below. If you just want to tell me how great of a job I am, that will also be appreciated, but that's not necessary. Besides that, if y'all want to see more of these, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, try to boost me into the algorithm so more people can try to figure out how to play this fun game we're having. But outside of that, that is it. See ya. Bye.